Good morning, YouTube. Today we're going to do a full brake service on this Ferrari F430.
So are you recording all of the nefarious activities?
If you're new to the channel, my name is Dan and we are at my dealership NG Supercars, and this car is being converted into a manual, and while I was here, the owner had us do a bunch of other services, and one of the few remaining things is we're going to replace the brakes and rotors and brake fluid on all four brakes for this Ferrari F430, so a full brake service. Now, these brakes and rotors are not totally spent, but they're getting close. It's one of those things where while it's there, while it's being worked on, you might as well take care of it. There's a pretty substantial lip on this rotor, so you would want to turn these rotors anyway. Technically, you're not supposed to turn these rotors, but of note, these are the steel rotors, not the carbon ceramics. The brake pads, yeah, they're getting pretty thin. So none of the brake lights are on, so that's good. We do have new pads and rotors, so we're gonna have to be able to take off all the wheels and stuff. Also, we're gonna flush the brake fluid because I checked the brake fluid and it was at like 4% plus moisture. No bueno. Real quick, check out normalguysupercar.com. There you can buy parts and services from us, and also NG Supercars, our dealership website where we sell cars. And if you happen to want to get a conversion done on your Ferrari F430, 360, 599, 575, 612, and even a Murcielago, send us an email and we can get you set up with our partners or have it done here in our house. All right, guys, let's get wrenching. All right, so normally your trunk won't look like this because this is mid-conversion. So you can see here's the clutch still isn't installed yet. But we're gonna pull out all the existing brake fluid before we get started, so that we're not pushing around the old fluid, and we can just go right to bleeding it as we do each of the different brake calipers and stuff. So I wonder if I can get that hose to go all the way down. Let's just suck out what I can. Come on, get in there. Let me put it back on these studs to at least get it level. There. Trying to get it as far down as I can. Not bad. In with the Alright, so this has the challenge wheels with the titanium legs, so you don't want to use an impact. You just want to use a regular wrench. Hopefully these aren't... Oh yeah, they're on there really tight. Great. There. Oh, not too bad. There. Okay. These are Brembos, so we have the two pins. We knock out those pins, the spring will pop off. But because we're going to be changing out the rotor, we're actually gonna have to pop the caliper off of its mount. Hopefully you can see that right here and right here. So let's pop off that stuff first. We're not gonna bleed it until after we got it reassembled. Oh yeah, and we have a stupid parking brakes. I'm taking out the alignment pin since we're popping off the rotor. Okay, so we got our punch and our hammer. Let's see if we can get the other one. So I got a narrower punch and I pushed it in there, and I had to kind of align the pin out. Here's my spring. No, okay. Now that one just comes right out. Definitely want to wear gloves, especially for these steel brakes. Oh, those things are in there. Well, we might just leave those until we get the caliper off. And it is a 10mm ratchet, 10mm Allen. Okay, these are on there with a lot of force. I think they're tightened to like 75 Newton meters, maybe 80. I can't remember off the top of my head, but it's a lot. Let's get that one broke loose. Where are you? Come on. Jeez. The lip on the rotor is so bad that the pads won't clear it. Look at that. The pad's sticking to the rotor. That's crazy. Now we don't want to let it sit dangling on the cable. So we do have to pull off those two in order to get the rotor out. 13, not 10. Jeez. Threads on this aren't real cooperative. Now, I don't know if these are the original rotors or not on this car. This car's got over 50,000 miles. Given how thin these are, I'm going to say they might be original. Okay, now I just got to get the stupid parking brake off. Yeah, decent amount of pad left, but man, look at that lip. I mean, it's huge. All right, so it's gonna be really hard to see, but I got the socket on the, it's an 8mm, 6mm. I think that's the Allen that holds on the caliper. So what I'm gonna try and do is just undo that one and see if I can just rotate the caliper out of the way. I might need to use a smaller ratchet because this one is ginormous. Slightly larger ratchet than necessary, but that's okay. Here we go. Let's see if it'll... Oh. No. Still gotta do that bottom one. That bottom one's gonna be a bitch. Alright, so two things. One, I'm a dumbass and I forgot to take off the parking brake, so that's why it wasn't moving. Number two, because of the lip on this thing, it would have slid off, but it's not, so I'm having to put a hammer to it. So I can't get anything in on that lower one, and I already chewed it up a bit, so I'm worried I'm gonna have to pop the control arm or something just to get to that. That seems really idiotic. Okay, we got some redneck engineering going on, so I had to cut an Allen shorter in order to be able to get it in there. And now I'm using a jack to pull on it because I couldn't get enough leverage on it. Jeez, oh Pete, look at that thing. It's bending like crazy. Ah, there it goes. What a bullshit place to put that nut, that bolt. Let's see if I can get it by hand now. Maybe? Oh, I think it went right back to where it was. It did. Oh my god. Oh wait, I got a tiny bit of movement. Oh my god. This is insane. Okay, finally got this bolt. Oh, now it won't come off the brake pads. The brake rotor. I'm going to have to hammer it off again. You know what? God, that's crazy that it's lipped that badly. Jeez. Okay, finally. Got you, you piece of shit. Wow. I know you can't really see it on video, but that is a huge lip. These rotors are definitely screwed. There's that. Good Lord, what a pain in the ass that was. All because of you, you stupid ass bolt. We are gonna have to squeeze in that brake, this guy. we're gonna have to pop off these pads, so I do have to take off these two bolts right here, because we're gonna have to push in. Well, actually, no, you know what? Oh, yeah, you gotta spin it as you push it in, so dang it. All right, this took way longer than it should have. Look at all that brake dust. Ooh, yeah, that's fun stuff. I'm gonna spray some brake clean on everything to just kind of, probably should have done this before I started. Just kind of clean up this pad and the little gasket, or whatever you call it. There. All right, let's get these two pads out. Do you punch it out the opposite direction? Looks like you do. You punch it out from this side? I've never had to do parking brakes, so forgive me as I learn on the fly. Sun just went flying. Alright, so I did it off screen, but I finally punched it out using the thin punch. You do have to go from the back side forward. Sorry, I just got so frustrated. I was trying to figure out what was going on. Now, I did find one of these guys that will actually sort of fit. Sort of. Caliper reset tool. You actually have to spin these guys, see? There you go. Okay, now gotta reassemble the stupid parking brake. These guys got the pin that goes through and has the spring, so get it through on one. All right, so flip the spring in. I gotta run this stupid thing down into the spring. Okay. Now I gotta get a stupid brake pad on that thing. Get the other brake pad on this thing. I really don't like these. These are a pain in the ass. Way harder than the stupid other shit. Alright, now I'm gonna have to push that down again. There. Okay, now just need to tap that puppy. Come on. Yeah! That's right. Suck it. Whew. Okay, now before we alright, we gotta get the rotor on, then we can start reattaching everything. Alright, got my new rotor. Okay, let's put in that little alignment pin first. There. Okay, now this guy on there. Where did you go? To fly blind on this. That feel right. Come on, hurry. Don't want to tighten it all the way until we get the other one on there. Oh shit. I screwed up. There's no way I can get that in there, is there? No, there. Okay. This thing's touching. Okay, there it is. Come on. Let's do it all by feel. Okay, finally got it. Torque those down. Well, just tighten them. Like, you can't get a torque wrench in there. Let me tell you, that took way longer than I thought it should. So we're gonna just spray some brake clean and clean up this caliper because it's just filthy and disgusting. Yeah. Ugh. Gnarly. Hey, look, it's red. feel like these brakes have never been cleaned. Alright, she's looking just a little bit cleaner. Nice. So now we're gonna expand out the pistons using my little tool here. Oh, I have to put in the old brake pads. Yeah, that is not gonna even fit in there. Shoot. Well, I might have to just do one piston at a time. So the problem with doing one at a time is you'll see the other pistons will actually punch out as this one expands. Yeah, they actually stayed there. Let's put it back on first. Then we can put in the pads and everything. So, okay, let's get this sucker on there. We're at that point where chaos has begun due to the extreme number of crap and shit around here. Okay. I think it was this size. Yeah. There. There. Okay, so got our new pads. Make sure they're the same size. Okay, it seems to go in just good. We're gonna put some of this copper grease on them. Now, someone was asking, do you put the copper grease on the carbon ceramics? And the kit didn't come with them, so I don't know. Maybe put it right where the piston is going to be pushing on it. Brakes are the most disgusting job on cars. One of my least favorite because of that. Get in there, you. Oh no. Alright, for some reason this kit did not come with new springs or these punches or anything, so we're just gonna have to use what we got. Come on. Get in there. Okay. There. Whew. Hit them on the punch a couple times just to make sure they're really seated. There. All right. Good Lord. Look at this mess. Best part is, still gotta bleed it. Alrighty, it's time to bleed. All right, so I've got my little bleeder connection right there. Okay. Open up my valve and we're gonna put, so I've got brake fluid in that container. We're gonna put about 10 psi in here. There. Now it should push actual brake fluid in there as it's bleeding. So I need, I think it's an 11. Probably. And I got my little bleeder reservoir. So I put my Y on it and let that bleed for a little while. I want to make sure we get out all the bad fluid, all the old stuff. Alright, we got about a little over 100 milliliters or so. Probably bled through most of it. Let's do the outer one now. Actually put this down first so the gravity works in my favor. There we go. Come on. There. Ew, look how corroded that shit is. Okay. Ah. Okay. And there it goes. All right, we've been bleeding for a little bit, it's good to go. Remember, you don't have to bleed the outer one as much as the inner one if you do the inner one first. Whatever one you do first, you're gonna have to do for a lot more. So in this case, we did the outer last, so don't have to do as much. There. Now we're ready to put back on the wheel. There. God, these titanium lugs are so light. It's pretty cool. Remember it was raining earlier? Sunny and windy. Just hand tighten them before I torque them down. Okay, I actually have to lower it down first. Turn on. 100 foot-pounds. Now, someone is going to ask, do we need to bed the pads? And the answer is yes. Because the car is not going to be done for a couple more days, we won't be able to do it until we get it driving. Yes, there is a bedding procedure. I don't know what it is off the top of my head. I think it's like progressively faster and faster stops. We'll do that once we actually have this damn thing running. All right, we're just going to do a quick time lapse for the other rear, since you just saw me do one rear, and then I'll show you another POV doing the front, since the front are slightly different. Oh, and before we do that, we need to release the pressure on the power bleeder. There. Otherwise, we won't be able to compress the brake pads. Okay, here we go. A little bit of time lapse. Some of you may have noticed during the time lapse that I got ahead of myself and put the wheel on before I bled the brakes, so I had to pull the wheel back off and then bleed the brakes. Guess I got a little excited. Just wanted to get that damn thing wrapped up. I have to run to an appointment, and so I'm gonna have to pause possibly until tomorrow. So we'll get the front ones done. So hang tight. I'm not going anywhere. This video is still going.
The next day.
All right, YouTube, it's the next day back from my doctor's appointment. I did notice that the pads do have the sensor wire already attached to them. It's a little bit of a different sensor than I've ever seen before. Doesn't have like the little thing that plugs in. It's literally just like glued to this piece on the pad. It's strange. Both the left and right front pads have that sensor, so we will connect those sensors. So let's move on to the right side front. We'll get that one changed out, the brake changed out, rotor changed out, bleed the brake, and then I'll do a time lapse on the left. Good. By the way, if you like these sorts of videos, check out normalguysupercar.com. There you can support us by buying parts and services, and ngsupercars.com. That's our dealership website where we sell cars. And of course, if you want to get a conversion or services done on your car, reach out to us, sales@normalguysupercar.com. Thanks for supporting us. We do appreciate it. And don't forget to use the code NGS10. It takes out 10%, basically almost everything we sell. And Black Friday's coming up, so big sales coming up. Check it out. Join our email list. You're gonna want to see some of these discounts. They're big. Alright, just like the last side, we're gonna lift it up. Oh shoot. I shouldn't have done that. I forgot front wheels. They'll spin. And I can't use the impact. So let's get it back to where there's some rubber on the... There we go. Nope, not quite enough. There's that. Yeah, they seem a little bit less over tightened. Okay, now we can raise it. By the way, if you're watching our videos lately and you hear a loud humming, deep, bassy noise, it's because we're located right next to the water treatment facility for the town. And they've been running some sort of diesel generator for, I don't know, a month? Non-stop? Maybe it's like auxiliary or something because we haven't been having any rain. We have had it not running in the past and then it turns on and turns off. I don't know what it exactly does. I should ask the city, but it pretty much runs 24/7 and just creates this nice little hum, which comes out in the videos louder than it is in person. So it's kind of annoying. My apologies for that. Nothing I can do. Guess I could write a letter to the city and bitch and be a Karen. Turn off the noise. Much lighter than the other wheels, thank you. All right, let's take off these guys. Oh, you know what? I thought that was the case. That's actually a 12, and these are 13s. Because, you know, why make anything the same when you can make it different and more complicated? So we need 12. Yoink. Okay. Now, before we get really going, let's blast it with some brake clean. Glasses on. Get my... Ugh, that's why you wear glasses. Ugh. Now, these should be easier because we don't have the parking brake. I just jinxed myself, but that's okay. Let's see, tap out the pin. Okay. Oof, look how nasty that thing is. Look at how much brake dust is on it. I'm only cleaning it because we're reusing it. Normally I just wouldn't bother, but you know, it's not like it's really gonna matter because it's just gonna be coated in brake dust the first time we use the car anyway, but you know, makes me feel a little better, like I'm doing something else. Came with the whole damn thing. actually works pretty nice because now I can just kind of set it there. It's not putting stress on the brake cables. Well, we gotta disconnect our little zip tie right there. Oh shoot, I don't have any diagonal cutters. Where'd you go? There you are. Zip tight, squeeze. Don't want to cut anything other than the zip tie. There we go. Might have to use the compressor, this guy, to open him up a bit just to get him out. Yeah. Okay. See if that can, oh, there we go. Come on. Why won't this one come out? There. I'll put this guy right there for the moment. All right, it's probably hard to see, but the wire for the brake pad sensor goes into this little clip, which is a little, like, there. All right, nope, wrong way. So it's held in by a 10mm bolt. Okay, so it's one of these guys, see? These are hard to spread open when you're wearing gloves. There. And then you can't see it on camera, but there's the clip for the plug right here. Just trying to feel which way you have to push on it. There. There's the plug. Something definitely happened to this wire at some point because you can see there's electrical tape on it, so that's where the clip was, so I had to like just jiggle it until it finally came off. Pain in the butt. We're gonna clean up this caliper as long as it's off. Wearing my safety glasses. Alright, rotor. Let's get a line better. Where's my other bolt? There it is. All right, put those in and hold it in place. There. Shoot, I just realized I probably should have plugged in the wires first for the stupid brake pad sensor, because the caliper is going to be right in my way and I'm not going to be able to see very well. Great. It's all good. It'll still work. Oh, dang it. I'm dumb, extra dumb. I should have expanded out the pistons while I could. Okay, well, I'm going to use the old pad to expand out the pistons. So we're going to put some of this grease on it. There. And we'll tack that guy in. We'll connect it after we get these all mounted. All right, where's my pins and spring? Right there. see. Hammer. He's got most of the way. We'll hit it with the punch in a second. See, here's the, where is it? Here it is. I'm gonna connect to this guy, mounted on this tab. There we go. Good. All right, maybe you can see it, but right here is that weird clamp that I took off. I had to put it back on the wire and bolting this down. There. So now the wire has a little bit of slack, but it should be good. Okay, now bleed. Nice. One more brake clean. Well, some of that stuff is not coming up. Don't forget, finish punching it in. All right. Bleed time. All right, the power bleeder's still connected. We're gonna put it up. Go. Got my 11, my bleed fill, and I don't know if it'll fit up here like last ones. Yay, it does. Okay. All right, bleeding. Cool. So, where is it at? It's right around 300. We'll wait till it gets about 400. So we'll do about 100 milliliters. All right, bled out about 100 milliliters on that side. Let's see, it's over 400 now. All right, we'll do this side. This side we don't need as much. Probably do about 25 to 50. Okay, and there she goes. Alright, almost done with this side. Alright, let's put in the alignment pins. Cap that off. Alrighty. Wheel! Let's put in some lugs. Now, bring it down and torque it down. Okay, 100 foot-pounds. Yeah, 100.1 on the dot. A little short in that one. A little over. It's pretty much spot on. All right, that side done. All right, YouTube, let's do another time lapse for this side, and then we're finished. All right, so I was just gonna do a time lapse, but came across this work of art. Nice. They must have broken the plug or something, and they just were like, hey, let's just crimp on 2 uninsulated wire connectors. Nice. Yeah. So I'm debating here. I don't have one of those plugs available, so I can't really get one in any sort of reasonable amount of time. I'm gonna see it's probably one of those things that you can't just get the plug. We have at least better options as far as crimps, you know, like maybe like a reusable plastic one or something, you know, like these guys, or I can use these kind of soldery ones, but at least these are waterproof. But I feel like I'm at least gonna just do ones that are replaceable so that the next person can at least disconnect them and reconnect them instead of having to solder everything again. This is dumb as hell. Yes. Only take your Ferrari to the dealership. They know what they're doing, right? Right. Well, YouTube, all done with the brakes. New brakes and rotors. We still gotta bed them. Brakes are bled. Pads, yeah, everything's good. Just got a few more things to tidy up on this car, finish up the conversion, then out the door it goes. So again, we appreciate you if you guys could support us. Check out normalguysupercar.com. There you can buy parts and services. Use the code NGS10. It hooks you up with 10% off. Of course, we have our Black Friday sale. And ngsupercars.com is our dealership website. So buy your cars from us. 100% less fraud than most of the other dealerships. All right, guys. We'll see you in the next video. We're going to be doing a lot of cool car stuff. You're going to want to stay tuned. It's going to be sweet.